It is time. It is time to brew your best beer. The 2015 Sjporr Challenge is brought to you by the Grainbill Homebrew Supply, located in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Brewers Exchange, operating in the U.S. and Canada. Finney's Homebrew Emporium, located in Bishopdale, Christchurch, New Zealand. And Omega Yeast, located in Chicago, Illinois.
Howdy folks, Sjporr here from Little Face Brewing. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty fantastic. You know why I'm doing pretty fantastic? Because I got some news today. I did get some news. And it's right here on this here paper. What do you think that news is? I don't know, SJ. What do you think that news is? Well, I'll tell you what that news is. That news is we have the finals. We know who it is that won the UK/Europe contingency of the 2015 Sjporr Challenge Homebrewing Extravaganza. What do you think about that? I think it's worth mentioning that the group of styles that you fellas across the pond put together is amazing. You guys really, you did it. I mean, you really took what the challenge was all about and you put it into fruition. You put it into your beer. You put your heart and soul. Well, that's what I'm guessing. I didn't get a chance to taste these bad boys, but looking at your styles, wow, guys, you got, which I find kind of humorous, an American IPA. You guys did that over there, which is fantastic. Club Medieval, a historic ancient ale with herbs. You got brown ales. You've got a summer IPA. You've got a red currant saison. You've got porters. You've got a Belgian triple. You've got a stout. You've got an English IPA. You've got a Manakua mild. I don't know what that is, but damn, that's pretty cool. What a great group of beers. My God, you guys really did it. You really did. But before I get into that, before I get hoarse, because you can hear I'm starting to get a little hoarse, I'm going to jump into another beer from last year. Now, this one came from New Zealand. There we go. Pretty sure this was Grant Baker's. Grant Baker's Baltic Porter. Oops, we want to get a little easier now. I started to get a little aggressive on that pour. I did. Gotta slow her down just a touch. Oh. Gotta love drinking world-class beer, baby. I mean, it just don't get no better than this right here. It don't. It do not. Yeah, we'll leave that little bit in there. Set that bottle down. Doesn't that look beautiful? That is like a piece of art right there. Oh, I gotta get a sip. Excuse me. I know you want me to get down to business, but a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, and I'm parched. I'm a little thirsty. I need to quench my thirst with a Baltic Porter from New Zealand. Yeah, that was yummy. Let's get back to business, shall we? It's time. It is time. It is time to get into who the winners are. We are going to actually, we had an interesting scoring. We ran into this last year, and we ran into it this year. There's actually a tie for second place. So you have a first, a second, and another second. So those are the beers that are going to go through. So, with that said, I want to give a huge shout out to Kenneth Flown from Dame Martin en Gaulle, France, being our 4th place beer. Brewed a Belgian triple that was in Chardonnay juice and French oak. That just sounds lovely. So a huge shout out to you, sir. Make sure that beer is ready, because you being in the 4th place, you could be moving forward. If something happens to the top 3, I want to make that clear with everybody in all the countries. You 4th place beers, be ready. You are our contingency. So huge shout out to you. So tied for second, which would be second,
Madrid,
and third, Spain. Luis Alberto Martin. Congratulations, sir. FF0 621 F50. Your brown ale is in 3rd place and is moving on. You're moving on to the Worlds, baby. You are moving on. In 2nd place with the same score, brewing a porter, toasted oatmeal, and black currants, is Andrew Cameron from Dundee, Scotland. Look at that, huh? Man, they're just representing. Fantastic job. Registration number 223-511-762. And rounding out the #1 spot of the Europe/UK contingency with a score of 30.64. You guys were close. I mean, you're talking 0.64 between the top 3. That's it. That basically is it. From 1st to 14th, you've got less than 7 points separate 1 to 14. What that says is you guys all brewed some phenomenal beers. You really did. Well, let me move into. So, the #1 beer, brewed out of Lancashire, UK, and I can say that without giving away who it is, because there was 2 of those beers, or 2 people from that area, brewing a red currant saison with a final score of 30.64. Sir, you did it. Richard Collar. Bam! You won. Bam! You won the Europe UK contingency. Congratulations, sir. You 3 people move on to the world competition now. Now you all get to compete against the top 3 from New Zealand, Australia, and the top 3 from North America. Well, we got to figure out who the top 3 from North America are yet, but we got who you guys are. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Let's just go down this list. You guys really, I mean, you really put together some cool beers. Well, let's see. You've got a raspberry granola breakfast stout using local honey, brewed out of the UK by Paul Rollett. You've got an English IPA using Endeavour and Boadicea, probably said that wrong, British hops, brewed by Tom Johnson out of Cambridge, UK. You've got a homegrown rosemary and apricot Hefeweizen, brewed by Matt Dutton out of Stockport, UK. You've got the Mark's Manuka Mild, a Cornish Manuka leaf tea by Mark Sims Smith out of Cornwall, UK. You have an American IPA out of Nottingham, UK, brewed by Paul Taylor. That's pretty cool. I think that's a good. That was a good entry. I just think that's pretty cool. Club Medieval Historic Ancient Ale with Herbs, brewed by Lee Emmons out of Essex, UK. You have really no information on this next beer, brewed by Richard Spat out of Nottinghamshire, UK. You have an English Southern Brown out of Hampshire, UK, brewed by John Stanhope. You've got a Tudor Elderflower Ale, brewed out of England by Tony Howard. And you have a summer IPA using raw honey from a local beekeeper, which is really cool, brewed by Steve Furnival out of Lancashire, UK. So congratulations, guys. I mean, fantastic. I really want to try some of these beers. These sound fantastic. Oh my God. So I am getting hoarse. The timeline, I believe, is still out on the site. We could touch that at another time. But you first, second, third people moving through, your fourth place people, be ready. You might be called upon to represent further on in the world competition, people. It might be you. So, with that said, who's going to be the world champion of homebrew? Is it going to be out of the UK? Is it going to be out of Europe? Is it going to be out of Australia? Is it going to be out of New Zealand? It might be. This is Sjporr from Little Face Brewing and the Grain Bill. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks. And brew beer. Brew wonderful, wonderful beer. Cheers.